Thank you, and very nice to be here with my esteemed panelists, and that includes you, David, and Sharad, out there, and the wonderful audience here. What I'm going to do today is talk a bit about, since I'm from eGov Foundation, give a little introduction to that, and go through its story to answer your question, on the benefits and the imperatives. So eGov is a philanthropic organization first. And on this slide, I just want you to notice two things. On the left, the strategic pillars, which I'm going to weave into my story next. And on the right, in the rectangle, that the sectors we work in, because eGov has sectoral DPIs. We can move to the next and just stay there. Thank you. That's it. All right. So eGov, basically, it has a 2-decadal journey, and we have really fumbled through our failures and successes to be where we are today to achieve scale and sustainability. And sometime back, Mr. Kiran Karnik, he talked about the third tier of federalism, in municipal, the services. And I'm very thankful that he kind of raised that, because 20 years ago, eGov actually found the market failures that exist in the governance and service delivery. So I don't know if you recall yourself or your parents sort of standing in the queues for property tax, whether it is rain, sun, or, and when you are raising a grievance, no one is there to kind of really, listen to you. So eGov basically, operates in that space which governments want to do, but they can't. And private sector can do, but they have no incentive to do. And I think that really makes it, imperative for, for a DPI basically to operate in that space. So going back to the story of eGov, where I'm going to talk about the shifts that it made, and the three major shifts that we made. So around 2003, when it started work, and I think the other thing I want to mention is eGov worked in reverse. So usually you will find that something is from the center, and then we heard today morning how it has to percolate into states. eGov actually worked into the trenches of Karnataka for almost 12, 13 years. And they were building, at that time, banking, tech, etc. So building solutions, on property tax, etc. at that point in time. And about 70 to 80 cities have eGov solutions, which are still working well. In fact, sometime back, a friend of mine, was in Chennai, and his mother passed away. And he mentioned how easy it was, at that emotionally choking moment that he got the death certificate. And now he knows that Chennai runs on eGov, system. But in 2015, with Aadhaar and everything, I think the vocabulary changed. It talked about the scale. It talked about the building rails. And that's when we started thinking that, when you're creating bills which come to you, like electricity, water, sewerage, why can't billing be like the payment gateway on your phones that every app, shares? So it was really that journey of abstracting it, and infrastructure was built, bottoms up. So this was really the pivot, the technology shift that, eGov made. And in terms of the benefit, I just want to say that in Punjab, which was our exemplar state, it spent about, 7 years, 3 RFPs, about $22 million spent with 0 outcomes. And with our DPI, it was 6 months and, just $1.5 million and for 3 years, they have successively been winning awards, on governance. And Digit is the platform which was made through this pivoting. And it was designed in such a way that any sector which has a market failure, like I earlier said, can be built on that. So with that, we went into health. And I just wish to check with you today that how many of you have, the COVID certificate with you? Everybody. So basically, eGov with its DIVOC has already touched your lives, because that was the credentialing part which gave you your certificate. The second shift I want to talk about is the actor shift at the bottom. And I think it was Mr. Kanta Rao who talked about Just looking at my notes, what he said. But basically, DPIs, yes, he said something that we have made it and now we need states to act on it. So the point I'm trying to make is DPI by itself, you need to create value on that. And the value is created when ecosystem players work on it. And ecosystem players work on it when they know how to engage. It is not right to expect that I've made the DPI and you come and play. So that's where I wish to point out that eGov actually then started looking into how to create capacity within governments and how to create a vibrant marketplace. And with government, you really need to help them to reimagine. And it's not just technology, it is also about the programmatic support that you give them. So, sorry, I'll just take one more minute.
Okay.
I asked him to put that for me. So anyway, I'm just 1 minute away. So eGov stopped doing a lot of things. eGov stopped participating in RFPs. eGov stopped making products. And now eGov wants to stop doing the implementation. And then the third shift for the policy shift, which is basically on sustainability. How do you institutionalize? And I just want to mention that, cutting the story short, there is a link here on Upyog. Basically, it is a manifestation of national level, service delivery system. And I have Karishma here. Raise your hands, Karishma, for people to see, who is from NIUA. And Kerala has been the first state, and 29 states have lined up to basically, adopt Upyog. So I think I'll stop here. But I think I'm just making a case for, while we have done with this, create and implement, I think the sustain, evolve, innovation, adoption should be the next focus areas. I'll stop here. Thank you.